Had it banned just about. I could have gotten it done. But I said, you know what? But I'll leave it up to you. I didn't push them too hard because, let them do their own research and development. And they decided not to do it. But as you know, I was at the point where I could have gotten it done if I wanted to. I sort of said, you guys decide. You make that decision because it's a tough decision to make. Frankly, there are a lot of people on TikTok that love it. There are a lot of young kids on TikTok who will go crazy without it. There are a lot of users. There's, a lot of good, and there's a lot of bad with TikTok. But the thing I don't like is that without TikTok, you can make Facebook bigger. And I consider Facebook to be an enemy of the people, along with a lot of the media.
Every day I wake, I make my mind up. I'ma be the one, be the truth, be the way. Yeah. Every day I wake, I make my mind up. Gotta keep my mind on the because they only telling their side of the story. Out here telling lies like they on Maury. Them poor rich kids get their money on phone it. But down here in the hood, yeah, we know Forex. We growing up, yeah. We got the good. Good of them assets, good of my bag. Get rid of cash before the whole market crash. A news flash, just a blast from the past. We on the smash, be prepared to hit the gas.
Peace to the party. It's your homeboy back again with the news. So look, like always, got a good show for y'all today. Covering the news. So we got to talk about Facebook doing dirty business with Netflix and the network Vice doing a series called The Dark Side of the 90s. Right? And they're hitting on a lot of media topics and showing how that there was a lot of business going on behind the scenes to cultivate certain movements, certain initiatives through media, mainly through music and through shows and entertainment, right? So we're going to get to it today. Homeboy with the news, I got you covered. So we're going to start off. Me and the wife, we sitting here watching this show, and I can't believe the topics that they was hitting on because this is exactly to the type of, information that we get to over here. So I had to bring it to y'all. So we're going to start off, right? One of the series they had, it was talking about hip hop and talking about the influence of the gangster rap came in the 90s, how it all came to be, and what was really going on in the background. But they used the Source magazine, right? The Source magazine had a lot to do with this whole situation that played out within hip hop. So I want to go over here first. Let's watch this clip on what they said about, it's a brief little clip about what the Source did. So let's hear that first, and then we'll break it down from there.
The people whose careers were basically created by the Source. Like having Puffy call me and, when he's starting Bad Boy Records and say he needed, new artists, did I have anybody for him? And, giving Biggie's demo tape to him.
Sean Puffy Combs scouts new talent for Uptown Records when he's not hosting some of New York's best hip-hop parties. But in 1993, he starts his own label with Biggie as one of his first artists.
Puffy, he understood how to package an artist to make them sell. Hi, my name is Frankie Ross. In the 90s, I was on the radio as an announcer, but I was also a program director. Puffy took Biggie and packaged him and molded him and turned him into this notorious B.I.G. that we loved.
The Source helps bring Biggie to the masses, chronicling his rise from local rapper to hip-hop heavyweight. When the notorious B.I.G. lands his first cover, he's officially deemed the king of New York. But one West Coast artist will emerge as the voice of a generation.
I think of Tupac as, the most important and influential artist in the history of hip hop. He was able to reach from the bottom of the streets all the way up to the top of the suburbs, and people followed him.
He was very smart. From the time he was 10 years old, his mom made him read all of the New York Times from cover to cover every single day.
There was just something compelling about his personality, right? That thing that you can't teach, that kind of it factor, Tupac had it.
Tupac, wordplay, passion, purpose, militant, a little bit of crazy, but I liked it. It all worked, and his sauce was right.
Yeah, I like to think I'm a rebel. I'm revolutionary.
Despite hailing from different coasts, Biggie hooks up with LA-based Tupac, who becomes both a friend and a mentor.
I remember when we did the Bratz video, Give It To You. He was on set, him and Big at this time was friends. I never seen nobody smoke this many blunts in 25 minutes of my life with him and Big together. I'm sitting there probably high as fuck, and I don't smoke, but whatever.
As his career soars, Biggie turns to Tupac for advice in navigating the business.
He was a leader, somebody that people respected and listened to. I had a vision, which I think was similar to Tupac's, of how the bigger hip hop could become. You can make it big and successful, but still keep it authentic and become a force to revolutionize and change the world.
On November 30th, 1994, Tupac is shot while being robbed in the lobby of New York's Quad recording studios. He believes it's a setup by East Coast rivals and points to Biggie and Bad Boy Records' Sean Puffy Combs, who were in the building at the time of his shooting, as somehow being involved.
That was the match that lit the stick of dynamite to me.
So you heard him say that was the match that lit that stick of dynamite. So the Source magazine was a part of this. They were the ones who was, remember the East Coast, West Coast war? It wasn't the artists themselves that was really the soldiers in this war. It was the common everyday people who was hearing this music and was taking sides. And everybody know the 90s, it was vicious all over the United States in these black areas from this same coincidental music that just came. Our neighborhoods got more violent than ever. It ain't no coincidence. Crime always been a part of any community, but it was never the majority of anybody's, and damn sure wasn't ours. You feel me? So this is just showing how this all looped together. Because this cat, so let's go look at Buddy, man. The owner of the Source. This is why it's important for us to know who owns these companies. Where are these narratives coming from, bro? You feel me? Where is all this coming from? Because it's got to be from some place, some source of inspiration. So let's look at the inspiration from the dude who created Source. I want y'all to see this. It's pretty crazy. Hold on, let me get situated. Move this over the screen 3. Get y'all over here. Where we at with the screen? Here we go. All right. So this Buddy, Dave Mays. Simple Wikipedia, right? We just want to see who he is. Now, this was Buddy that was at the very beginning of that video. White dude, right? He's also affiliated with a certain community that if you speak on, even if it's in a, you just mention them and something that you disagree with that individual did, them people, Kanye, Kyrie, the ones, yeah. So David Mays, he went to Harvard. And in 1988, he had the idea to create the Source and come out with the most hardcore and cover only. He was basically in the streets getting this content for free. Remember how I say back in the day, it started with this certain community who would go to the black community and recruit the talent, bring them to the labels, right? The agencies, the ones who really run the media in Hollywood. But then they start getting black people to go in and do that work for them. People like P. Diddy. That's how he came up in with this, with Bad Boy, Source. They was tied together in each other's growth, right? We gotta stay in alert now. So now that Diddy's position is over, they don't need him no more. They're gonna go ahead and cast him out. No, I'm not saying he innocent. he clearly had a lot of artists and people around him that he robbed. All you got to do is do the research. But it's just funny how Vice is covering this. We breaking this down. These folks going and making a mockery. They know this was a plan. We the only ones who don't believe it. Right? So we're going to show you another one. So this David Mays, man, brother went to Harvard. All of a sudden, he wanted to cover the streets, and that's it. But remember how, well, not remember, in this series, y'all should go check it out because it has another episode. I couldn't clip this one yet. They may hate on me for clipping this one, but it's all good. We bringing it to the people. It's all good. So what I'm going to say is this. The series is dope because they going back and covering, but they had an episode where they breaking down the film industry. They breaking down how within shows like Living Single and all the black shows start popping up on UPN, all these different networks was going all black in the 90s. That was a plan because them same shows, they end up getting rid of them after they built the ratings up with black audience and then they switched to a white audience, right? This is how they play us against each other. But this is just the reality of what happened. And a part of that was Arsenio Hall. Y'all remember, those of y'all who old enough, Arsenio had his own show. And long story short, they got rid of him because they said it ended up getting too black, whatever. But this is exactly what they wanted him to do in the first place. But I'm going to let y'all hear from this show. You know, it's a brief little snippet, and then we're going to take it from there.
In the 90s, Arsenio Hall changes what late-night television looks like.
We were able to see people on there that we couldn't see anywhere else.
How scary is that for Paramount?
Arsenio also transforms what it sounds like.
Not a lot of people would give NWA a chance to say or express any of their songs.
F the Police.
Yeah.
Where you gonna see Kid and Play? Where you gonna see Salt and Pepper? Where you gonna see MC Hammer? Where you gonna see Bobby Brown?
Arsenio loved Prince. He said to Sharon Olsen, the music booker, "Get me Prince on the show. I want Prince." So she tried and tried. So finally, he'll do the show. The only thing is he won't talk. Let's take it to Arsenio. He says, "That's okay. We'll talk to people who've worked with Prince, and they'll talk about him."
Prince, if I'm lying, come out here and slap me, because I don't remember everything. I think he said, just, well, you want to lay one down? And we went out there, and I started singing, and he said, gosh. And he was happy about what he was hearing, so he called George Clinton in.
Yeah.
George was in the other room. George. Yeah.
That was a great show. Again, how smart Arsenio was.
Smart enough to weather efforts by his competitors to keep big-name celebrities off his show and become the exclusive destination for A-listers with something difficult to talk about.
Arsenio called me into his office and said, "Bill, Magic Johnson's going to announce that he has HIV. What do I do?" I said, "You get in the car and you go to your friend. Fuck the show. If you don't tape today, you don't tape today." In those days, having HIV was like a death sentence.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained.
Watching him play in the NBA, especially the Lakers, especially in Los Angeles, he is a hero to everyone. It humanizes him being on this show because to a lot of folks, it's something that you don't talk about.
I'm here, say, hey, I got it, but I'm gonna live on. And you don't have to run from me like, oh, here come Magic, uh-oh. You don't have to do all that. You know, just you to be you.
Magic Johnson's appearance on Arsenio is a 90s cultural milestone and helped set the stage for possibly the most iconic moment in late-night TV history.
So many people in the presidential race. Who's Bill Clinton?
Before this episode, Bill Clinton was probably third in the running. After this episode, he shot up completely.
him being comfortable enough to put on the sunglasses, getting one of Arsenio's ties, putting it on, and playing the sax.
That was unheard of. We're coming out of the Reagan era. He was reaching out to the MTV generation heavy, and I think it really made a difference.
You know Bill Clinton's like, hey, Arsenio, all right. Go to get these black voters.
What do we do about the gangs? And what do we do about the violence in our inner cities, the black-on-black crime?
Long-range joke was Bill Clinton was like the first black president. Everyone would always kind of make that joke around that. And it's because he was the one that talked directly to black culture in a way that you hadn't seen any other president do.
Why would you vote for Clinton?
Well, it seemed like he got more going than the rest of them.
There's no question that this ticket is going to get the overwhelming majority of the black vote.
Hey, so you know what I want to touch on? That last part is the most important. So we know we already talked about how they implemented a certain strategy in the 90s to infiltrate with a whole bunch of different black shows with only certain initiatives, right? Certain agendas had to be pushed. If you wasn't going to get on board with that, they was going to find somebody else, okay? So they built all of these shows up. They cut them off once they was ready to go to a what they considered a mainstream audience, like, you know, to get more than just black people. That's when everything switched, right? When also they got their political influence that they needed throughout their 90s to really give Democrats that stronghold. They embraced hip hop. This changed the game for them. This was the mission for them to come through this show. Now, fast forward to today, that's still going on, right? They pandered. That was when they really perfected the blueprint with Bill Clinton. Let's be aware. Crime bill with Biden. Come on now, tie it all together. Got to start clicking right now. I'm just your homeboy with the news, but hey, look, let's talk about it together. Chop it up in the comments. Let me know. Am I on point? Am I tripping? What you got to add or bring to the situation? I'm just reporting on the news. All right, so look, we're going to move on to our next topic, right? So the next topic is, I don't know if y'all saw the news or not, but it's come out that Facebook let Netflix peep in our DMs, right? Court documents came out and they saying some pretty interesting things. Now, a lot of y'all keep tying people out to be conspiracy theorists. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, y'all just talking. This ain't really. So we're going to read some of what they're saying in the news, you know, but we're going to go to the other side, break down a couple of the facts that they're bringing to the table, and we're going to talk about it. So let me take it back over here to screen 3. We're going to get it rolling. All right, so look, we on Fox Business. So Facebook, let me get situated. All right, so the court documents were unsealed last week and form part of a major antitrust lawsuit. The social media giant Meta allegedly allowed Netflix to access Facebook users' direct messages for nearly a decade, breaking anti-competitive activities and privacy rules, explosive court documents claim. The court documents, which were unsealed last week, are part of a major antitrust lawsuit filed by U.S. citizens Maximilian Klein and Sarah Grabbert, who claim Netflix and Facebook enjoyed a special relationship so that Netflix could better tailor its ads with Facebook. All right, now, let's make sure we're listening to what they're saying, because this is very important. We're going to read the rest of it, and we're going to break down why. It said, okay, hold on, let me get back up. Okay, it says the lawsuit also claims Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings joined Facebook's board of directors and then was instrumental in the closure of Facebook Watch, a streaming service competitor to Netflix. The lawsuit was filed in April 2023 and demands the court have Hastings respond to the plaintiff's claim. Boy, it's going down, man. So you got Reed Hastings. So he's the owner of Netflix. So now he on the Facebook board of directors, bro. So clearly he got some power and some influence if he on the board of directors. I'm just saying. So if he on the board of directors, That means he got some influence. All right, so it says for nearly a decade, Netflix and Facebook enjoyed a special relationship. Netflix bought hundreds of millions of dollars in Facebook ads, entered into a series of agreements sharing data with Facebook, received bespoke access to private Facebook APIs, and agreed to custom partnerships and integrations that help supercharge Facebook's ad targeting and ranking models, the lawsuit states. APIs, application programming interface, are pieces of software that allows two or more computer programs or components to communicate and share information with each other. All right. Hold on, let me scroll down. I'm slacking on the job today. All right, so the API agreement allowed Netflix programmatic access to Facebook's private messaging inboxes. In exchange, Netflix will provide to Facebook a written report every 2 weeks that shows daily counts of recommendation sends and recipient clicks by interface, initiation surface, and or implementation variation. For example, Facebook versus non-Facebook recommendation receipts. In August 2013, Facebook provided Netflix with access to its so-called Titan API, a private API that allowed a whitelisted partner to access, among other things, Facebook users' messaging app and non-app friends, the documents claim. So this is crazy. Now, let me. I'm your homeboy with the news. Let me break this down. It just so happens I know a little bit about this here. So basically what they saying is everybody know any of these platforms, they got a certain algorithm for the way that they collect data, even for just common stuff. It ain't just for something spooky. It just makes sense. You putting in your location, you putting in stuff that you like. They have an algorithm in which they track certain things. So they basically allowed Netflix the keys. They gave them the keys, the answers to the test to say, hey, this is how it works. This is how our algorithm works. They built something for them to be able to use to be able to take advantage of that and basically monetize their work, which that part is, well, so the process of ads in itself is not bad. It's not illegal. It's not dirty business. But basically what they're saying is they gave a specific company, right, access to do things that nobody else would be able to do. And in return, they got paid a whole bunch of money in ads. So it just looked crazy, right? So they telling you that they built the API, they got software working together. And then so Meta, they ain't want to have nothing to do with it. They saying they ain't share nothing. They ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Of course, they not going to, want to own up to this, make them look crazy. Hold on. They trying to get me with them ads. Okay, damn, Fox Business. They getting their money right now on the ads. This how the game work, y'all. Let's be clear. This is why we need independent media. We trying to get us some ads too, man. So look, I just want to read this last bit. We're gonna get out of here. So Meta declined all of everybody hitting them up. They ain't want to speak on this. So let's talk about in 2022, Ireland fined Meta $284 million after a data of about more than 500 million users was leaked online. So that ain't number 2 years ago. Ireland hit them for 284 million. And then the same year, Meta agreed to pay 725 million to settle a security breach case related to Cambridge Analytica, a British social media engineering company. Okay, so that just in them 2 years, they got hit for over $1 billion of payouts. All right, so then it say the firm had paid Facebook for access to the personal information of about 87 million Facebook users, which was then used to target U.S. voters during the 2016 campaign that culminated in Donald Trump's election win. So look what's going on, right? So there's all kind of stuff going on with the media tied to the news. They trying to tell us that that's a coincidence. Ain't no way that's a coincidence, fam. We just got to be real. We got to stay tapped into what's really real because they're playing the game right in our face. This is why when I started it out with Trump talking about how Facebook is the enemy of the people, I ain't going to hold you. We wish the best for all of these platforms, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Because we own them as creators, we're monetizing. We trying to do what we do. Everybody should have a fair shot as long as they ain't out here trying to degrade people. You know what I'm saying? Talk about unaliving people or doing something illegal, basically. You know what I'm saying? If you out here pushing your message, doing what you do, you should have the full range to do that. And I can speak on the Facebook platform, bro. I know for a fact it told me it wouldn't even let me monetize because it was saying that content that I posted mainly about when it was 2019, you feel me? And talking about anything that's really history related to politics, man, they got me out of here, y'all. But I could tell on the post, it won't let me get the same reach as other posts. So it's like, damn. And then y'all remember they had the fact checkers. They got people out here, they were fact checking stuff that you put up. Whole time the fact checking stuff with some bullshit. You feel me? So Facebook, they done went left. You know, once they went to that upper echelon of the people, you know, they got that phone call from the company. You hear me? They got that call. They knew what time it was. So look, I'm just your homeboy with the news. I want to hear from y'all. Tell me what y'all think. It's pretty crazy with the Facebook situation. You know, we're going to stay on top of the media. Definitely go check out that series so we can talk about it. The Dark Side about the 90s. You can catch it on Hulu, right? Obviously, you know, we're going to do our homework on it. I want to know what y'all think. Because, man, I'm going to try to cover all the episodes, but this was my first time checking it out. So I had to bring it to y'all, see what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? But like always, man, y'all keep it positive. Y'all keep it pushing. Keep liking the video, subscribing to the channel. Tell your people. Let's debate. Please don't hate. You feel me? I'm out of here till next time, y'all. Peace.
Like,
this is all the love I had. I can't get it back, can't get it back. I won't get it back, won't get it back. Gave all the love I had. One motherfucking three, nigga. I can't get it back, can't get it back.